everybody, and welcome to the last video of 2025. How we doing today? How we doing tonight? Wherever you are in this great big world, hope you're doing alright. So, today is New Year's Eve, and, I am going to, be different. I'm not going to tell you my resolutions, because I don't have any. And if you haven't seen them already, you've seen a lot of white girls going, "New year, new me," and they don't do anything any different than they did the day before. And 99.9% of the time, New Year's resolutions don't even make it to mid-January. Hell, if some do make it to mid-February, but they don't. A lot of them quit in the first week of January, so. And January in itself is a shitty month. It feels like it's a year in 31 days, or... See, I don't even know, because I don't even like January. I don't even know how many days are in the month. Whatever it is, just multiply it by 2, because that's how long January is. So instead of doing resolutions, I'm doing goals, which I did back in 2008 up to 2010. I would write down some goals, and I would accomplish them throughout the year. And whatever I did not accomplish made it to next year's. So, and 2025 has been, it's been a hard year. I've lost many things. I've won many things. And I know where I stand with people now. And I know who's with me and who's not. And some other things I am not going to say, because I don't mean this to some of you. Some of you I do trust. But I do have people conspiring against me because they hate to see a motherfucker happy in life. And they could be having the best life of their own, but somebody they call a friend is finally happy. They gotta hate on them. They gotta cast magic against them out of jealousy or just spite. And it's really sad, because if you're happy, then why are you hating on me? But it is what it is. But so let's get into my goals. These are in mundane to magical order. My first goal of the new year is to pay off all my goddamn credit cards. I am in so much debt right now. It's not even funny. I accumulated, almost maxing out all my credit cards, and I am just bewildered by this. And I was so close to paying off my main credit card. Just so close I could taste it. And then some stuff happened and I was forced to use my main credit card, and then I used my secondary, which is almost maxed out now because I keep using the goddamn thing. And that one was supposed to be just for gasoline. Just gasoline was my second one. But I guess it is what it is, right? So, paying off my credit card. Both of them. That's main goal 1. That's primary goal. Goal number 2. To get my driver's license updated. So my old one's a little outdated. It's still legal, but I gotta get that stupid star and address change, and just, it's stupid. But plus, if I would like to buy another gun, I have to have an updated license. Despite the fact that it's still valid, it's just not correct to the new address. So I tried that before and I got denied. And so, plus I need to get that little star anyway that says I can go into government buildings, I can go on airplanes, it says I can buy a gun, mainly a rifle. I need to get myself a good rifle. Just because they're not out right now doesn't mean that I won't eventually get into an encounter with coyotes. And although I am confident my 9mm pistol will do the job, but I don't know. Just something about a Ruger Mini 14 is so sexy, so masculine. Goal number 3, which is happening very soon, as soon as I get paid. Buy more bookshelves, not like this one here with the fancy light and everything. Just your regular bookshelves. And then I would like to buy a desk, an actual desk. And I plan on putting it over there to the northern wall and make it my altar and workspace. As many of you know, my last altar was my 3-drawer, and it was it hurt my knees sitting there, and it just was not a proper workspace, because I would sit there and do my rituals. So I'm going to get me some more bookshelves, and I'm going to get me a desk. And this bookshelf right here has cabinets at the bottom, where right now I'm storing my incense, candles, magical supplies, and just stuff that would go on my altar, but I don't have a place to put it right now. So plus I'm going to get some more bookshelves. I'm going to turn my little white one that you always saw in the background into my Halloween shelf, because I'm going to put all my Halloween decor on that, except for the skull and the little light up thing right up here. That's staying on here, make it look classy. And then I'm going to get 2 more bookshelves, one for my Macross toys and various other collectible toys, and one for my manga or Japanese comic books to the profane, because that's what's on my little white shelf now, and It is too little. Um, this one's been on my list for a very long time. Lose more weight for number 5. I've been struggling with this, and I am losing weight. I've lost a lot of weight again, and I'm going to keep on doing it because I would like to live a little longer. I have my reasons for why, but again, it's pretty fucking sad. I can't express my happiness to anybody without somebody trying to ruin it for me, like they did a long time ago. And by a long time ago, I mean a few years ago. Because they were jealous. But I have my reasons. Plus, I'm tired of being fat. Ugly, I can't help. I can't help that. But fat, I can. So, that one doesn't cost anything. And I'm doing it naturally. I'm not doing Ozempic or any of that bullshit that seems like a good deal, but it's not. It's kind of like a medication. It'll help you cure this, but it'll give you this instead. No. Good old-fashioned hard work. Number 6, do more magic. Surprisingly, I've done a little magic here and there. And once my room is in order and get all my dad's stuff out of here, I can set up a magical workspace and do some more magic where I don't have to rely on my altar. I can actually have the floor to do stuff if I want to. Goetic, summonings, etc. But I've been doing magic here and there, so just little things. A lot of manifesting. 7. Study the occult academically on occult matters and witchcraft. We live in a society where the occult and witchcraft in general are being bastardized, ruined, and just disrespected by modern day practitioners, whether they are of the Rainbow Brigade or just feminists or even the male equivalent of whatever that is. The balance of everything is way off. You got practitioners of modern day witches wanting to make everything the divine feminine. You got male practitioners that want to take it back and make, divine masculine. And you got practitioners of the Rainbow Brigade wanting to destroy duality completely, get rid of everything, both male and female, just make everything bleh. I'm sorry, but no matter what you do, the divine feminine and masculine are going to still be here, no matter what you do. And when you create these imbalances, how's that going to work out for you? Very bad. So it's important to study the occult, Agrippa, Malus Maleficorum, a book that I'm getting this payday while I'm buying it. And then when it gets here, I'll do a review. And you are going to love it. It is a influential book, but it's of the lesser known. Because you have the Malus Maleficorum in the Infernal Dictionary, or whatever that one's called. You have all these big name occult books, but yet these same practitioners that I mentioned can't get their head out of Salem, Massachusetts, if that. You can talk to these modern day witches and sorcerers and whatever, and they're not going to have a fucking clue as to what the hell you're talking about. Because they all think Salem, Massachusetts, is the end-all, be-all of witch trials. But it's not. Europe has the longest and biggest history of witch trials. The Spanish Inquisition being one of them, even though that was more towards anything, really. Not just specifically witchcraft, but and here's a surprising note. This will really burn a lot of the feminists out there that have their agenda. A lot of the witches in the European trials were men, not women. I mean, there were women, but it was a equal number. You had both men and women. Sorry, hate to tell that to you, but that's the truth. There were just as many men as there were women. And it's in, well, it's fiction, but, H.P. Lovecraft did take inspiration from actual events, and a lot of his books, or stories, I should say, all involve male practitioners based on similar things. So, Iceland, if I recall correctly, had a whole slew of male witches that were tried and I think executed. There's a documentary on it, and if I find it, I'm going to put it in the description. It's very interesting. But the point being is, you talk to these people, they don't have a fucking clue where their traditions came from. They don't know their ass from a hole in the ground on the history of witchcraft, on the history of the occult. It's like classical music. People like modern day music, but they don't understand that, a lot of this music had to start somewhere. And I use classical music as a reference, so. But it's important that we keep the traditions alive and well remembered. And I'm making this switch because mainly a lot of the grim wars out there right now are ass. They're garbage. They have no substance. They have no meaning. It's just assetry by people who I mentioned before, or it's AI generated bullshit, which is becoming a thing, and I'm not for AI, but I'm not against it either. Given certain things, AI could be great, like artwork, um, but leaving it up to write a grimoire, get the fuck out of here. A lot of the stuff today is low quality, if that. Just bullshit. I bought one, two, three. I've bought 3 grimoires over the year. And a bunch of magical how-to, and let's see here. It doesn't really matter because it still reinforces what I said. And I kind of did start making the switch when I got the Cabalion and the Hermetica, or the condensed version of that. So, just a lot of bullshit out there, and I just feel like I'm at that age now where I should also look at things academically. That would be good, right? So, come payday, I'm going to buy the book, and when it gets here, I will do a review. And it is mentioned in one of H.P. Lovecraft's stories. I'm not going to say which one because that'll give it away. But he did his fucking research, and he knows what the hell he was talking about. So, for a man who wrote fiction, he did research. So, and last but not least, and if there's time, work on my alcoholism. So if you have any questions, comments, and concerns, please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. If you want to come find me, my links are in the description. I'm going to try to find that video, link it there too. And with that, I bid you adieu. And I love you all. Cool runnings, Irie Ites.